Hello, my name is Evan Hymanson. I am going to be a fourth year. Wow, time flies. Already going to be a senior coming this fall. I am originally from Marlboro, New Jersey, so just halfway across the country, and loving it out here. My major is mechanical engineering. I am doing an internship this summer over in Nebraska Hall. It's called the NEAT Lab. It's a Nebraska it's an additive manufacturing lab where we have these giant 3D printers that are about the size of cars, and in essence, we're learning how to make materials stronger. And that is the research that I am focusing on this summer. And I am also a member of the men's gymnastics team here on campus, which is one of the main reasons why I came out to Nebraska, and definitely one of the best decisions of my life. In terms of potential career goals, I definitely love the research that I'm doing now. It's a form of metallurgy, subset of material science, where we're looking at molecular structures, finding different mechanisms to break down the, I guess, in layman's terms, basically the structures in between molecules, and doing this, applying certain strategies, certain surface enhancement techniques. You can lengthen the fatigue lives of different types of parts. And in practical application, this would be used for medical implants. So if someone has surgery, the implant can last their entire life after having, or in today's world, normally after you get an implant, you might need to have it replaced after 20, 30 years. So we're trying to figure out how can we change the molecular structures of certain metals with in 3D printing to lengthen these the fatigue life of parts. And I have a strong interest in it, and I love it. So, and that coincides with certain types of civil engineering. So, in the future, want to find a good engineering firm that I can work with and see where that takes me. Another interest of mine is stock markets, investment banking, personal finance. I know people who have taken physics majors or engineering majors and have gone that route too after they've gotten an MBA. So that'd also be another option because that's another interest of mine. And for expectations of the professor, I just like very clear-cut guidelines, especially when it comes to writing essays and projects, to have a very clear rubrics. Those are fantastic. And also the fact that professors, so when professors are very, very on top of their emails, like you said in your introduction video, that you're going to be on top of your email, which is fantastic because in an online course like this, you need proper communication. Communication is the way that we get data information back and forth as fast as possible. So that's great. Just staying on top of emails, which is good. And another thing is just very notify for any changes in syllabus policy, because last semester in my thermodynamics course I had my final was actually canceled on the spot, so that was not notified beforehand, unfortunately. So any changes in syllabus policy, notify the class as fast as possible. That would be very much appreciated. And why I'm taking this course is my entire life I've been many people in my family are more right-leaning, so it's fantastic to definitely get a different perspective on more progressive ideals. And in a very conservative state, that's also the same thing, and just trying to expand my mind to different types of ways of thinking. Never have taken a political... I would definitely say that this is the first type of politically motivated course that I have at this university that I've ever taken. So it's fantastic because in today's day and age, a lot of people are afraid to talk about controversial issues. So after taking a course like this, those fears and barriers of what people are afraid to talk about, they would go away. I know that mine would, because politics is a very, very touchy issue, and taking a course like this definitely expands horizons like that. And also, just don't know much about, honestly, feminism in general. Don't know much about the major. There is I know that in the first discussion we're reading about, looked over it briefly about the first article is what could you take a women's and genders studies major into, and honestly just don't know much about it. So this is an area that I know very little about. So it sparked my interest a lot, and obviously this will also fulfill a non-engineering requirement. And lastly, with engineering classes, it's very clear cut. Um, in computer science, they call it Boolean logic, zeros and ones. With a lot of engineering classes, the answer is either yes or no. So it's actually very nice to have a course that's more discussion based, where you can bounce ideas off back and forth off of each other. So I am looking to have great intellectual diversity amongst the class, and very much looking forward to different types of discussions that I can learn about other people's opinions, and how I can learn and see if there are things that I agree with and things that I don't, and definitely to get into very deep and thought-provoking discussions, which I know something like feminism and different types of other political controversial issues, thought-provoking issues. They can definitely just enhance great arguments, and I think that's very important. So definitely I'm looking forward to the class. I'm really looking forward to having good thought-provoking discussions, and this is going to be a great 5-week summer session. Thank you.